Hello, folks. This is Rick Wade, the Texas Cruiser. I got a message today about an article that came out in thestreet.com. It's an excellent article written by Daniel Klein, published on October 19th. The title of it is Royal Caribbean shares why it will build smaller cruise ships. And the premise of the article and all that, he's spot on. He has talked to Mr. Liberty, the CEO of Jason Liberty, the CEO of Royal Caribbean International. He kind of goes into a little deeper reason why Royal Caribbean is going to be building bigger ships. Some things I've touched on in the past in my videos, my reports, and everybody knows that they're building that third Icon class. They did contract to build a seventh Oasis class, and they do have a contract for a fourth Icon class ship with possible fifth and sixth Icon class ships to be built. That's options on those two. They have these constructions, these builds all the way up to 2029. They're kind of set right now. It's a phenomenal time to be in Royal Caribbean. Of course, you saw my video about the ports. The new ports that Royal Caribbean is going to be building, of course, the Beach Club in Cozumel, the Costa Maya purchase of Costa Maya turned into a Royal Caribbean facility with the 220 acres next door to it, attached to that, turned into Perfect Day Mexico, which is I'm kind of really excited about. That should be open in 2027. And of course, they're building up there outside Juneau a terminal up there, port facilities, and that's going to be an awesome thing. Everybody's hearing about. They're getting a lot of cruise ships up there, and some of the communities up through there are pushing back that maybe they're getting too many cruise ships in. So Royal Caribbean's taking the bull by the horn, and they will have their own facility there. On that Douglas Island there at Juneau. Fascinating seeing that, how they come up with that. It's going to be a real top-notch facility. I know I will be whenever they open. I'm going to sneak up there and do a little cruise up through there and see that place when they do open it. But I digress. We're going up to, oh, by the way, I'm still hearing murmurs. They still haven't named the third Icon class ship yet. I have a feeling it's going to be Legend of the Seas. Some others on the blogosphere, we all agree that probably is going to be a Legend. I know that's one of the list of names that Royal Caribbean has trademarked and that they've put out there on their little survey questionnaire. One of the names they came up with that they had on the list, I think it's a good name for it, and chances are it is going to be a Legend. Whatever they name it, it'll be a fine ship and all that, I'm sure. Anyway, getting over to the smaller ships now, the Grandeur, of course, the Vision class, and not so much the Radiance class, but the Vision class. They're all on the small end. They're older ships. I've sailed on quite a few of them, and I love them, every one of them. But they are getting older, and so am I. It's been how long I've sailed on them. They're getting to be 30, 35 years old, and they're getting towards the end of their life expectancy, at least in their first original cruise market. You never know, some smaller cruise line may be wanting the ships to bolster their fleet. But for Royal Caribbean and their standards, they're probably getting to the point to where they're going to have to make a decision to replace them. Of course, you may have heard me mention in the past about the Discovery class that they have on the drawing boards. I'm still haven't seen anything about what they're going to look like, what they're going to incorporate, but I do know they're going to be smaller ships, and the file name on it is Discovery class. Whether that holds up whenever they start coming out with a ship or not, I do not know. But they're saying, because of course everybody knows Galveston. Us here in Galveston, we've been getting the bigger ships. Of course, the first ship here out of Galveston was Rhapsody. I sat on that ship a few times, and it is on the small end. And we used to go to Key West and Cozumel, Cayman, Jamaica, and so forth. And it was very adequate for that purpose. But now Galveston does handle the facilities we have here, the dock, Pier 10. It's they handle the bigger ships here. No matter how big it gets, it'll handle the Icon. It definitely handles the Oasis class very well, and the Voyager and the Freedom class ships. That's all we've been having in Galveston for the last quite a few years. So, but there's certain places, certain ports of call that they can't take these big ships into. Galveston here, with the ships coming out of Galveston, of course, we got the Western Caribbean that we all can go to, no problem. I do miss going to Cayman and Jamaica from Galveston, along, with a stop in Cozumel. I've always enjoyed that route, but Cayman's not going to like having an Oasis class or an Icon come in there, so too big for them. But maybe one of these days that'll change. We'll hopefully, because I miss that place. But anyway, there's Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean's international. They got places to go to. They got ports called everywhere. The East Coast, the Eastern Caribbean, of course the Mediterranean, the Asian market, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, of course the inlet passage of the Alaskan cruising season. They like the smaller ships for all that. About as big as they get as far as that Alaska season is the Odyssey, those ships over there, the Anthem and so forth. So, but they also like the smaller ships through their Radiance and so forth. So anyway, they're going to have to make a decision pretty darn quick, because like I said, these ships, down there at the lower end, they were some flagships along that time, but they are definitely long in the tooth, and they are getting older and towards the end of their life as far as Royal Caribbean life. 30-35 years is going to be it for them, and Royal Caribbean wants to continue to be a cruise line for all passengers. I know quite a few loyal to Royal people, good friends of mine. They prefer the smaller ships, and they prefer the tight knit community of passengers when they get on board. So Costa Maya, Puerto de Coco Cay, Cozumel, so forth, Roatan, all that on the Western Caribbean. That's going to keep us in Galveston pretty well situated for the bigger cruise ships. Now we do have a Jewel coming, and that she'll be doing those longer itineraries over South America, and it will probably go to Cayman and to Jamaica and so forth, Bahamas, all the way over to the Eastern Caribbean, excuse me, the ABC Islands. But as far as they need Royal Caribbean's going to be building these smaller ships to help out the smaller ports of calls and get us into them, So anyway, I have posted this article on my Facebook page, the Texas Cruiser. You get a chance to take a look at it, read it, and see what all I'm talking about. Mr. Liberty's done a good job explaining things, and It's a good read. It's a good read. So if you get a chance to pull that up, like I said, go to that Texas Cruiser page or any of my other Facebook groups that I have posted. The Royal Caribbean, Harmony of the Seas, Galveston. We have gone over 41,000 members on that page. That's a good page to be a member on, because the people full of information, full of cruise spirit. So if you get a chance to jump over on that page, it's one of my. I have a couple other admins I work with on that, and we'll get you in there and get you having fun with the rest of us on that. So anyway. Any more news come out that I feel that I need to pass along, I'll be doing that. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I really hope to catch you on a future cruise. Y'all have a great time. Bye-bye.